Player 2 has joined the game.
Welcome to the first movie review here on Two Player Co-op in about, I don't even know, 2 years?
Give or take, yeah.
2.5, whatever it's been. It's been a while, but if this is the first time you're watching us, I'm Kevin. That's my co-host, Sean. This is not the normal thing that we talk about, but whatever. YouTube.com/2playercoop, obviously, if you're watching us. Patreon.com/2playercoop if you really like us. If you like t-shirts and stuff, teespring.com/store/2playercoop. I'm not going to put all that in because this is a different kind of video. Sean.
Yes.
We are here to talk about Spider-Man No Way Home. We're going to do that. So we're going to say right now, we talked about this before we went on the air, as it were. It's full spoilers. The only spoiler-free thing I can say is it was awesome. Would you agree?
Both loved it. Yeah.
Okay. So full spoilers from here on out. It's in the title.
You shouldn't be here.
Don't be here if you don't want to know nothing, because you will know something. You'll know everything. So spoilers are going to start anytime now, which means we're going to start spoiling this film from top to bottom, starting right about now. 3, 2, 1. They freaking did it! They freaking did it! They freaking did it! And they freaking, like, I started, like, I'm like, I know they're in the movie. Because why would you bring the villains from the two movies in if you're not going to bring the two Spider-Men in?
Yeah.
But they did it, and it was like it was like an hour and a half or whatever it was in, and I was like,
so I think they nailed it. And I would have been happy with anything with Andrew and Toby in it. But they were in it more than I thought they would.
Well, I thought it was going to be the last 15 minutes.
I thought it was going to be a on your left kind of thing. Mm-hmm. They show up, save the day, and poof. But I love that they actually made it a part of the story.
The main thing that I love, too, I like to clap when I'm really passionate about something, was that Andrew came in first.
Yeah.
Because I feel like he has been so, I know it's a funny term here, short-shrifted when it comes to being Spider-Man. He was way better than either of those two movies were.
Well, I'm happy for both of them. Like, I know everybody loves Toby. I love Toby. But I feel like he kind of went out on a sour note because he was 3. And I'm like, that sucked. Like, they both deserve so much better. And I think they both got their moments to shine in this. And, yeah, it was awesome.
When Toby and Andrew comes in, I mean, because Ned somehow has a magic ring or whatever. I still don't understand what the hell happened there. But he's like, and it's like, oh. And I stood up and I cried. I knew I was going to cry, and I cried both times. I cried for like the last hour of this movie.
No, as soon as they like showed him, I'm like,
you were like Leo.
I'm like, that's not Tom Holland.
No.
I could tell, like, you could tell it was not the right suit. I'm like, I didn't see. I don't know which one it is, but that's not Tom Holland. The eyes were too big. Well, no, even when he first.
No, I know, but I'm saying, but then when you actually see who it is, it's like, oh my god! Like, obviously now we know Toby's going to be in this because they're not. They
wouldn't have
bring
one
back
without
Andrew.
the other.
Yeah. But like, the suit that suit looks so damn good too. Like that's my thing. I love Tom Holland as Peter Parker and Spider-Man. I still do not like the suits. I don't like.
See, I like the suit. I
hate them. I don't like the design, especially the black and the red. I'm like, what?
No, I don't like the Far From Home suit.
Iron
Spider's cool.
Yeah.
I don't like, even though we found out it was basically just the inside out suit.
Yeah.
I didn't like that. The one he wore, most of it was okay, but I love the one he wore at the end. It was basically back to Homecoming, but it seemed a little more like vibrant. I don't know if it was a different suit or if it was just the lighting.
To me, it was
so blue and so red and so shiny, and it was just
it was Toby and Andrew morphed into one. Is what I took that as, with a little bit more brightness. Is what I thought that was. I love the suit at the end. I just still I can't believe, like, again, we knew they were going to be in it, but like when they actually showed up, and Toby's old. I mean, I'm old, but like,
yeah.
I'm glad he didn't show up as what you want to be for Halloween next year.
Right.
As Fat Peter. But like, They did it. Like you can't talk about this movie without first talking about that. And they freaking nailed it. And I'm so happy. I'm so happy I was not on Twitter today at all. Other than a couple of DMs. This is really like either top 3 or top 4 MCU for me all time.
So that was going to be my question. I think it's 3.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not entirely sure that it's not number 2. I can't say it's better than Endgame because I don't think anything ever will be. And I feel like it's Endgame and Infinity War. But I feel like this may have somehow snuck in between just because Infinity War, as good as it was, there's never that like moment just this because of what happened. Like it's not a kind of movie. It's a like, and that's fine. It is what it is. But this might be number 2 for me.
So, but think it's top 3. I think it is, but I want to watch it again or 2 more times or 7 more times.
It's
whatever.
Everything that I hoped the movie would be.
It blew out my expectations when it's like sitting at a 94, I think now or 95 on RT, with 100 something reviews. I'm like, yeah, but like Homecoming was perfect. This was more perfect. Like, I definitely like it better than Homecoming. A million times more than Far From Home. Not even close. But it's just, do I like it better than Infinity and Winter Soldier? That's what I got to figure out.
Yeah.
So I need a little bit of time to process it.
For me, I think it's Endgame, No Way Home, Infinity, Winter, Civil.
Ragnarok, Homecoming.
Then Homecoming. And then I don't know what's after that. But those are my top, what was that, 5, 6? Yeah. After that, I don't really know. But it's at least 3. I think it's number 2.
Yeah, I think it is, but I just want to process because right now I'm on such a high. Like I was telling, like Jess was like, I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. I'm like, I know, but I'm going to still keep talking about it. Like they did it. They had them all here, and it was, yeah. And clearly in that trailer, like they edited out 2 Spider-Man. We knew that.
So I was so focused on Lizard because I wanted to see him get boom. I have no idea. I don't even know. Was that Andrew down there? I don't know which one it was. But I was only looking at who was on the bottom. I assume
it was Andrew. Yeah.
Whoever was on the top, I didn't even see what he did. I'm sure it was like Superman punch, whatever.
So that's one thing I will say. I was glad when they took the masks off because I was like, when you have 3 people wearing,
you can't keep track
I'm like,
of it.
I don't know who is who here. Like Tom, at least you could tell because he had gotten the gold tinge on the suit, you know. So you could kind of tell.
But when they're flying around in the dark, you can't tell the difference between the other 2.
Nick was like, my son watched it with us. He was like, that movie was really dark. I don't mean like emotionally, but it was like, it was dark. I was like, yeah, you're right. Yeah. But I mean, that's how you hide CGI and everything. It was fine. But yeah, it was so funny when we got to that shot and I was like, there's 3, not 1. Yeah, I don't even know. I don't know where we should go from here.
I jumbled down some thoughts, but they're in no particular order.
Okay, so I've got thoughts in order. The opening. Freaking Daredevil.
Yeah, there's a lot of rumors online that in the scene where Peter's kind of being like interrogated, and it didn't even happen in this because I was looking for it. Somebody comes and slams something down on the table. And I don't know what it was about that, but everybody's like, I think that's Daredevil.
But no, that was Daredevil talk to him with the sunglasses.
No, I know. That was Daredevil. Okay. But I'm saying everybody thought that random dude in the interrogation scene was Daredevil. Okay. And I don't remember why people thought that, but they're like, I think that's Daredevil.
Well, because we have way too much free time on our hands.
And it's like, no, but yeah. Like, I mean, he was in it, but that wasn't him. But yeah, that was unexpected.
Wong is
He's
the one.
Awesome.
He's the Sorcerer Supreme. It's not strange. Like, did we know that? I mean, I haven't watched anything. Okay. So that was new to everybody.
As far as I know, yeah.
Okay. The whole bridge scene, oh my God. Once he showed up on the bridge, I was like
oh, we're getting into it right now.
Like, I'm standing up. Here we go. And he fights Ock, and it was even better than the trailers made it out to be. Like, oh, Alfred Molina is so good. And he has not, I mean, I know he has, but he has not aged a day. Like, and the wig was great. I know he Ned has no hair. Alfred Molina, no hair. The wigs were fantastic in this. So I'll just say that. The whole bridge scene was amazing. And then like the way they built up to what they should not have revealed in the trailers with the whole, you're not Peter Parker. Like I thought in the trailers, I was like, is it a fake out? I don't know, whatever. But like when he gets, and when he gets the nanotech, when he's like,
I was like, oh no.
I literally said, oh God, here we go.
And then Peter's just like, beep, boop, beep.
Yeah. What did you think about the bridge scene? And then the end of it with the goblin showing up.
It was all, I mean, they obviously didn't give away everything, but you kind of knew what to expect. Yeah, as soon as you see he's on the highway, you're like, okay, well, here comes that part. I liked the kind of the swerve with the goblin where they're just like, and then he's just gone. And we're like, oh, okay, we're not going to.
Yeah, I assume that was when he got captured and whatever. Because, again, up until this movie happened, I thought that, like, that quick shot in the trailer when you see a goblin flying without the mask and everything, I was like, oh my God, is James Franco in this? I know that's a sore subject, whatever. Or Dane DeHaan or whatever his name is from the new movies. But no, it was just like, and we found out a little bit later that, like, it was just Norman Osborn was like, mask.
Okay, so I have a question.
Yes. Also, they called him a flying green elf, which was funny.
I cannot figure out, and maybe it's just magic. So, and that's the answer.
I'm sure.
The timeline. So, were they all? Let's just focus on the Tobey universe. Were they all plucked out of it at different times?
Yes.
Because Tobey's old. They didn't try to hide that he's old.
I know.
So he came out of it from like today Tobey universe. But Goblin's dead. So was
Molina's
he plucked out
too.
back when
Ock is dead too.
Well, yeah,
right.
But were they all just pulled out from right before they died?
That leading up to this, that was my one thing was like, maybe they're not going to put Tobey and Andrew in this because, well, no, but that should have said that they are. If these guys are in it, why wouldn't they be? But yeah, no, they definitely died. Like that. Oh, and that shot from the trailer was not there. They all, when Strange says they all die at Spider-Man's hands. That was not in the movie, right?
No, it was.
It was?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
and then he goes on and says, it's their fate.
It's their fate, whatever. Kill them all.
But yeah, like, and I know when they're all talking about it, they're like, no, I killed Spider-Man. I had him, and then.
Yeah, it's almost like they were just
and then I was here. So
they
all
were
got
plucked right before they died, which is super convenient.
And so maybe has something to do with it. But
then why is Tobey 45?
Because he didn't die yet. So he's just comes in now. The rest of them.
Right now.
But yeah, I thought it was kind of, I don't care. I don't really try to think too much about it, but it kind of confused me.
Yeah, when he gets the new suit, when he's fighting in the woods. So, like, they were washing it or something, right?
He was trying to get the green paint off it, and then he eventually was just like,
yeah, screw this.
Oh, I can wear it inside out, like wires sticking out of it. And I'm like, okay, but that means when he wears it normally, he's got like wires, like that can't be comfortable.
No, it didn't. It was for toys, yeah.
Yeah.
I like seeing Sandman.
I think Sandman and Lizard, and you could, it kind of goes without saying, they didn't really need to be.
No.
I feel like they were fluff. Like,
so to me,
they didn't really add a whole lot.
No, it was just get something from every movie. So
basically,
1 Goblin, 2 Ock, 3 Sandman, 1 Lizard, 2 Electro. Like, and Electro, oh my God,
Jamie Foxx was awesome.
But like that was always what was so frustrating about Amazing Spider-Man 2 is that like he's awesome. And he should have been awesome, but then they made him blue and weird and dorky and stuff. But I was like, he's still nailing what they're making him do sucks, but what he's doing rocks. So like and then he's like, oh, I'm not blue no more. Whatever he says, I was like, yeah, Jamie, get him. But then like I love also how when all the villains are out there, like you see the heart of Tom Holland, and you see it throughout the whole movie. Like, no, I want to save these people. I don't want to just send them back and have them die. Whatever. I want to cure them. I don't know what. Also, where do they come up with a cure? Sandman's just a big old Sandman. And you go, bink, and he's like, oh, I'm a man now.
Yeah, they didn't really. It's the anti-sand.
Yeah, it was like,
and they did it again. I hate it. because they did it in Spider-Man PS4, but I could kind of see this whole anti-serum stuff. It's not an anti-serum; it's a serum. But in the game, it's like, well, they call what it was healing, whatever, was already kind of a. I don't know. I could kind of believe that was called an anti-serum. But in this, he's like, oh, I developed an anti-serum. No, you developed a serum. It's not an anti-serum, but whatever. Yeah.
So you never watched AS2, right? One?
I kind of want to go back. Yeah. I've watched it once.
Yeah.
And I liked it. But even 3 and 2, I want to go back and watch all 5 of them again.
3? Really?
I want to watch all of them.
I love what they did in this. So we saw it in the trailer. I'm skipping way ahead right now. But what we saw in the trailer was Zendaya or MJ falling. And then you assume Tom Holland's going to save her. Nope, he gets with I don't even remember who hit him, whatever it was.
It was Goblin again. He got him on his little sled.
Okay, that was after Goblin came
flyer thing.
But then Garfield comes in and he's like, I'm not screwing this up this time. And I was like, that makes me so like they should not have ever killed Gwen Stacy, but like
I have throughout
I get it, it's in the comics, I get it, but like
throughout the MCU I've teared up twice.
Okay. I teared up 5 times.
Tony dying / his funeral. That whole thing.
Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good.
Vision, whatever. Black Widow, whatever. But Tony dying and his funeral, and then Andrew saving MJ. Because I'm just like,
it's such.
But it was like for a totally. It was like happy. Like I was just so like happy for it. Like he got his like redemption. Not that he needed redemption, whatever. But yeah, that was awesome. That definitely got to me.
One thing I do wonder, and yes, it was awesome because again, I will defend those 2 movies. Well, I mean the first one, but whatever. Like Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man, I will defend until I die. I wonder how long it is. Remember, like when Jedi Fallen Order came out, and then it was like a week later they were like, "Here's Darth Vader." I'm like, why would you show that? Like, I wonder how long it's going to be before like the TV spots and stuff spoil the hell out of this movie.
I don't know that they will. People will be talking about it on Twitter. They probably already are. I don't know that they will. I don't think they'll add that to the trailers.
I hope not.
Until it's like, hey, it's out on Disney Plus. Not like they might show it then.
Right.
But yeah.
So I loved when the Goblin, when it was a flashback, obviously. Not a flashback, but sorry. A callback. Go.
I just love, I love a lot about this movie. But I love when he was talking to him, he's like, you're amazing. You are amazing.
I thought it was going to be like, yeah, and you're spectacular. Yeah. When the Goblin is talking to Defoe, like he did back in Spider-Man 1, when the mask is hanging there on the dumpster, whatever. And for a second, I was like, no, I know we haven't seen the Goblin without the mask flying and throwing the bombs, but maybe he's actually going to be good. One of the things I loved about this is that, like, Doc Ock has never been like a bad guy,
right?
And I loved it in this. Even at the end when he comes in and he grabs, and it's like, no, Electro. Beep. It's like, yes, like that's what Otto Octavius is, and the whole laughing at his name. I hated that. I hated it in the trailers. I didn't think it was funny. Like, my name's Dr. Otto Octavius. Like, I don't like it, but I love that they gave him a hero arc in this, because like he was always that's what makes Spider-Man 2 so good. It was like I was watching a week ago or 2 weeks ago, Jeremy Jahns finally reviewed Spider-Man 2, and he was saying like, yes, it's a great comic book movie, action movie and all this, but it's a character piece. And it's mostly focused on Octavius, Right. So the fact that like he was never like he was taken over by these freaking Sam Raimi crazy things, I just love that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the whole thing. So we saw a little bit in the trailer, but when Spider-Man tries to take the mother box thing from Strange, and then they go into the freaking mirror.
Yeah.
Like, this is when somebody like, I don't know, some old white guy that's like, I don't like superhero movies. It's like, nah, they're all CGI, whatever. I'm like, I mean, yeah. But are you like?
Okay, so before that,
holy shit!
What was the deal? Is it just his like Spidey sense taking over?
Yeah,
I guess that was why he kept.
Yeah.
But then why was he also able, to go all like Princess Leia and just kind of just like go back and like that's not really. I get his like body just kind of going autopilot, with his Spidey sense, whatever. Why was he able to just?
Because I'll tell you why. Because this is a much better movie than The Last Jedi, and The Last Jedi sucks. So we will always hold that to a different standard. Honestly, I don't know. It has to be. Yeah, actually, yeah. Damn it, I don't know. It was dumb.
I guess it's just.
But once he got back in his body, and he was just like you said, and he's like, I don't even know what I'm doing right here.
Right.
I'm wax on, wax off. I'm doing this and whatever, and then everything starts like. Actually, the trailers made it seem like there was going to be a lot more of that crap than there was. So I'm glad that there was
just one scene.
I'm glad. Yeah, it was awesome, but like I don't need them just like fighting through Inception. Like I want to watch a Spider-Man movie. You know. Yeah, the whole chase scene. I wrote down. I don't remember who said it. You could have left us to die. Was that Octavius?
I think, or was it Electro?
I don't know. But then, my next note was Peter saves Doc Ock.
Yeah.
The new spider suit run. Oh my God. Can we get into, I would have never in a million years predicted that the one person in this movie that would die would be May. Did you ever think that was a possibility?
It never really crossed my mind, but as soon as she got hit, I'm like, oh yeah, she's dead. And then when they showed her, I'm like, maybe. But then she had that weird little line where she's like, oh no, I'm fine. I just bumped my head or whatever she said. I'm like, no, she's dead. Like, and I can see what they're doing. Like, she's,
But then the one thing they've avoided in however many movies he's been in is the whole great power, great responsibility. And I don't remember exactly what May said in this before she died, but I don't think she said, your Uncle Ben always said, but she's like, with great power comes. And I was like, are you kidding me? Great responsibility. It was just like, that was before the Spider-Man showed up. And that was when I was like, okay, we're doing this, but damn it, May, why are you dying?
Yeah. Yeah. I did not see that coming.
And we had the shot in the trailer where Tom jumps, Spider-Man 1 jumps and grabs the bomb and tries to throw it away, but I never would have thought. And even after she got hit, once she stood up, I was like, oh, okay. I guess this is like Fast 9. She's a superhero. She's fine. She's not going to die. But then she died, and I did not like that.
Yeah. It was sad. But, I mean, it had to... I mean, I say it had to happen. You could also make an argument. It didn't really have to happen because he already lost Tony. Like, it's not like he hasn't experienced loss. Obviously, May, is closer to him than Tony or whatever. But, like, I get why they did it. Because Peter lost Gwen, and Peter lost Ben, and now Peter lost
But also, this Peter lost
Sven.
Ben. We just didn't see it. Did you say Sven?
Yeah, I had to keep rhyming.
Peter lost Ben.
But you never even hear... Do you ever even hear the name Ben?
That's why it was so
movies?
weird when they were like, I lost my Uncle Ben. Well, I lost Gwen. I lost Sven. But every Peter loses Ben, period. Ben's not alive in any movie.
Yeah.
Period. So that was kind of weird to me.
Yeah.
But it was right after this, or not right after, but.
Did he though? Like, it's a different universe. It's not like that's his mother.
No,
for all we know, May never had kids, so maybe there was never a Ben.
I think there was some mention either in Civil War or Homecoming about Ben. There was like a quick aside where, yeah, he died. We're not going to show it again. Kind of
maybe.
Thing. But it was basically right after this that Andrew shows up. I cried. Toby shows up. I cried again. Like I was like, are they really going to have Toby out here like homeless Spider-Man in Spider-Verse? Like, is he really not going to put the suit on? Then he goes, I was else.
Yeah.
Oh God, I can't believe this movie. What else? Oh, the whole thing with Toby and they did not.
They nailed that.
Oh my
perfectly.
God. They
and
did,
how they're both just like, wait, what? How do you?
Gross. How do you do that?
God, what?
Do you have to whatever? Like, I love that they did not. If they would have had Toby show up with web shooters, I'd been like,
no, you can't.
You can't do that. But then they're also like, what the hell, man? It's like, and then one of them, I think it was Tom, was like, do you shoot webs out of anything else? And they're like, well, okay. No. That was so well done. Otto saves the day. Again, I think we already talked about that. Yeah. Andrew saves MJ. And then, oh my God, like when Goblin shows back up, it was amazing. And also, why does the Statue of Liberty has Captain America's shield? I know it was in the trailers. I just okay,
I like it.
I don't know, but I feel like it was just there to crash down.
I mean, once they got there in the movie, I'm like, this is a set piece. Like, this is going to factor in somehow, and then it did. Okay. The final fight.
Round 1.
Capcom. I got major Metal Gear Solid 4 and Metal Gear Solid 3 vibes. Just because it was such an intimate, just the two of them just pow, pow, pow.
If you would have played Death Stranding, you would have got vibes for that too.
Very just low mute, not this big action pack. It's just very just muted sound, and they're just, bah, bah, just fist fighting. No, I mean, there's a little web slinging and stuff, but yeah, it was just such a cool. I love how they did that.
Well, and I
thought it was so cool.
I jabbed you during the movie. I was like, this reminds me of Last of Us Part 2, because at the end, Tom is just beating the ever loving crap out of Goblin. And you can tell,
he was going full Batman there.
Yes. Yeah, he was like Pattinson, just
yeah,
Pat Fleck. And then when he goes up and he picks up the glider, and I was like, no. I was saying out loud, no, you can't do this, don't do this, don't do this. And then Toby comes in to save the day, and he's like, first off, I'm stronger than you. It seemed like what he was saying to Tom. And I was like, no, we're good. And he starts to put it down, and then
I was like, I swear to God, if you kill Toby.
No, I said out loud, I said, are you freaking kidding me?
And then later on, he's like, I've been stabbed before.
Yeah. And then he cures Goblin, so he just sucked the Goblin. No, never mind.
Yeah,
well, I mean, he sucked the Goblin out of him with the anti-serum, which is a serum.
Yeah, the Goblin serum. I don't know. He just injected him with.
Are there different serums?
I don't know.
Did we see them even make this stuff?
I'm guessing there are going to be some deleted scenes where they get a little bit more into what are all these things that they made. Electro
I want
makes
a director's
sense,
cut,
and Doc Ock makes sense. Lizard was just this gas.
By the way,
now I'm not a lizard, and the Sandman is just
now I'm a now I'm
okay,
Flint.
And now I'm not Sand
Thomas Jane,
anymore.
whatever his name is,
Thomas Hayden Church,
or that.
Yeah,
is that his name? Okay.
Yeah.
Who's Thomas Jane?
I don't think anybody is.
Okay, somebody is. I will say the CGI and the lizard in this was not good. Every time they showed him talking,
he kind of reminded me of.
It was like Jurassic
Super
Park
Mario
3
Brothers Goomba.
Well, that's what he okay, but that's what he reminded people of in Amazing Spider-Man 1. But the
really?
CGI was better.
Really? See, I saw it, but as I'm watching this, I'm like, is that what he looked like before?
Unfortunately, yes.
Really? Yeah.
But yeah, and then they cure the Goblin and whatever, and then I'm just. We talked about the new suit, right? At the end,
briefly.
Yeah, I love it. I've always, like I said, I know you don't agree. I hate.
So when I watched, I think it was Homecoming, unless maybe it was even Civil War, but I think it was Homecoming. And I was like, or no, it was. I think it was actually after playing PS4. And there's one day where I'm just like, that's it. I'm going to buy a legit Spider-Man costume. Not just Amazon,
No,
basically
I know. What I want to do with the BVS.
Halloween costume for life costume. And I'm like, dang it, I'm going to watch this movie and it's just going to make me again want to buy one. Now, if I ever got one, it would probably either be Andrew's or it would be the Homecoming. It would be the one from the end of this movie. Like just blue and red, not Iron Spider-Man, not black and red, not the gold trim, like not the Spider-Man PS4. Like I just want either standard red and blue Homecoming Spider-Man or Amazing Spider-Man. I don't like Tobey's. I mean, I like it in the movie, but I don't like all
so
the puffy
pronounced.
and like
like all the webs are so like they stick up like 3 inches or something.
Yeah.
But I still would rate. I would go Andrew 1, Tobey 2, and then like standard suits: Andrew, Tobey, and Tom.
Also, can we touch on
what?
And then when Andrew's like, all right, I'm Spider-Man 3, I guess, or I'm Peter 3, or whatever he said.
There were so many, like, they were just like, I was like, poor Andrew. Like, he knows that, like, but it shouldn't be like that. Like, I love Tobey and I love Tom. I think Tom is the perfect on-screen Spider-Man. Like, it can't get any better. But, like, Andrew and Tobey, I would say, are neck and neck for number 2. I mean, I know there's only a couple. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like Tobey is, like, here and Andrew's here. It's just because those
for movies, some reason, and maybe it's just because I don't really. I think it's just a sign of the times. I feel like the Tobey Spider-Man movies, not to the level of like Batman Forever, but they're just very like campy kind of. Oh yeah. And I'm just like, yeah. At the time, I loved them, but looking back, they're like,
the first one is the second one not so much, and then the third one's horrible.
But I feel like Tobey. I'm sure he was a great Spider-Man. He's definitely a great Spider-Man. But for some reason, I loved, like, old Tobey. Yeah. Like, he's not, like, Spider-Verse old Spider-Man. But you can tell he's just kind of, I don't know. Like, he's just old, grizzled Spider-Man. Like, I don't know. I think he was a perfect version, like, a perfect old Spider-Man.
But he's also not, like, old Batman as Batfleck, just killing everybody, right? You know, but it was like he was like, no, I know, okay, okay, just chill. And then he's like, you're gonna kill him? No, hold on, okay, you're not gonna do that. I got you. Give me the glider. It's okay.
And he's still like, everything's like happily ever. Like he's doing good. I'm glad to hear everything's.
I really thought MJ was gonna show up.
I wondered about that, but I'm like, I don't.
But like, what is she gonna do?
Right.
She's gonna come through the portal and be like, hey, I'm MJ. I'm MJ. Hey, guys. Okay. Hey, cool. I have red hair. You have black hair. Cool. The post credits, mid credits, post credits. Are we gonna get a freaking Venom Spider-Man movie?
Absolutely. But I don't know that it's gonna be Tom Hardy.
But the fact that he went, bloop, I'm like, what?
Oh, that's what I'm saying. I don't know that it's Tom Hardy, but I don't know how you do. So what I was telling you earlier, the theory that might happen in this is Tom Hardy is in this, and he basically joins in with Spider-Man and Spider-Man and Spider-Man to save the day. Somehow,
he's like, "We are drunk.
Let's go. We are drunk." I don't remember what happened. I mean, what went on in the theory, but somehow the theory was like he's there and he's a good guy. The symbiote somehow becomes one with Spider-Man.
Oh, I know what it's going to be.
And the next Spider-Man, now, you know, it's Venom versus Spider-Man, and Venom gets the symbiote back, but now that it's been with Spider-Man, now he's kind of like web-slinging Venom, like he's that kind of Venom now, and I'm like, that would be a lot for, I mean, that would be the next movie, but like just saying Tom Hardy would show up in this, I'm like, and he kind of did. I mean, we didn't see Venom. We heard Venom. We saw Eddie Brock, but yeah, he basically.
Okay.
I guess the post-credit scene of Venom 2 was it happened when Strange did his spell, and that was him getting sucked into this universe.
And he's like,
and then he's like, Spider-Man, what's going on?
And now this was like,
and now this post-credit scene,
I will have a drink.
Now he's gone again. So he showed up for a post-credit scene, and then he left in the next post-credit scene. But the symbiote stayed behind.
But he left it. Yeah, he left a little slug.
And so, are they just gonna?
Is there an Eddie Brock in this universe that isn't Tom? I want it to be Tom.
I mean, there
Hardy
will be,
and Tom Holland.
I think you have to have...
Because I always thought... I always thought that these two dudes were in the same universe, is what I always interpreted it as. I didn't think that Venom was from a different... Like, he's in San Francisco. He is 5,000 or whatever, 3,000 miles away from New York City. Okay?
Yeah.
So he's not like, we're drunk. We will go to the city and we will shit on their brains and eat their necks. Whatever. I don't know what I meant to say. But, like, I always assumed they were in the same universe. And that's what I thought was happening because I never saw the movie. I thought that was what was happening when I saw the off-screen footage of the Venom 2 post-credits.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, but he just got zapped out. So what? I don't know, man.
He wasn't, and then he was, and now he's not again. Now, I will say, literally, anything is possible.
Right.
It's like with wrestling, the forbidden doors open. Like, I mean, you've got Multiverse of Madness coming up. You've got, like... It's a part of this now. So, yeah, Eddie disappeared, but why can't he come back? He absolutely could come back. Now, I don't know that he will because it's like, well, the important thing is that the symbiote stayed.
Yeah, but that's what I hate. I want him.
No,
I want
know.
it to be Tom Hardy versus Tom Holland.
I do too. And maybe it'll happen, but...
Yeah.
Now, why, again, maybe just thinking too much, and I probably have the answer... Why did the symbiote get to stay? Just because it's not... I was
going to say, like, what...
Because he's an alien?
Because it fell off?
And so he doesn't
like if he
abide
dropped,
by the same...
If he dropped his car keys, they would stay there, I guess,
Right, yeah. Whatever.
No, I know. I agree. And then the final... that was the mid-credits. Post-credits was Multiverse of Madness. I was like, I don't know what's happening. I like I was saying when we walked out of the theater, I like Doctor Strange as a supporting character, not a lead character. Yeah. Like, I still don't want to see that movie. I just don't care. But I know I'm in the vast minority there. What did you think about the post-credits leading into the Multiverse of Madness? I have no idea.
I mean, it was basically just... You could just put that on TV and it's a trailer. Like, they didn't even try to... Like, it's jumping around to different... Like, it wasn't even...
It wasn't
just
a
like,
scene.
Yeah, they were just like, well, here's the trailer for Multiverse. I'm looking for it. I think it'll be cool. I like the first one well enough, but it's just like, it's what I don't like about where the MCU seems to be going, where everything is just like
magic and
magic and outer space. And like, I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I'm 100% sure I'll go see it. But it's kind of like, we've already started the multiverse. And what we wanted out of the multiverse, we already kind of got. Oh. Not to say they can't do more, but like, we already got it. It would be one thing if Multiverse of Madness happened before this movie, and you might be like,
oh my God,
are they going to set up for it? You know, but we already got kind of the payoff of it. And now they're going to be like, yeah, the multiverse is open, so who knows what happens now. So I'm probably going to see it. I don't know that I care too much, but yeah, I'll probably see it.
One thing I don't think we touched on was when Electro says, man, we got
to stop falling and stuff.
We got to stop falling through holes or whatever he said. But then he's like, don't y'all got a black Spider-Man somewhere? And I was like, oh my God, they're going to do it. They're gonna, like, Miles going to go, hey, but it didn't happen.
Hey,
hey, I'm here. I was really, you were the first one I've heard to say that. And I was like, damn it, Sean. Now I got my hopes up that maybe Miles is going to show up in this.
I thought he might get hinted at. I don't think Miles has been cast because there's no way, like, we would have heard about it.
But again, we didn't know for sure that these dudes were in this movie.
Right.
That's why I was like, maybe.
I thought there was a chance. I thought it was more likely that he just kind of gets mentioned or hinted at or whatever. And I figured that might be a post-credit scene. But I'm like, we're not going to see Miles, I don't think. I certainly wasn't getting my hopes up for it. I thought there's maybe a chance, but I think that'll be the next one.
So what did you think about Venom 2? I can't remember.
I thought it was fine. I think I liked it better than the first one. It was kind of similar. I don't know. At least it was Venom and Carnage.
Right.
The first one was like Venom versus, I don't know, Rage or whatever with the other, basically just another Venom.
Yeah.
At least this one was somebody else. But
what did you have?
Chick-fil-A. But I had Taco Bell for lunch.
All right. That answers that. But no, I actually loved, like, again, the mid-credit scene. I thought it was done perfectly. Like, I didn't see Venom 2. Some people hated it. Some people liked it, whatever. But, like, that mid-credit scene, like with Venom talking to Tom and stuff was like, no, I'm done. They're going, that's the next movie. It has to be. I don't care if he got blipped out or whatever. You do 2 post-credit scenes teasing Spider-Man versus Venom. Like, they're going to do it. They have to do it.
They're going to do Venom. I don't know that it'll be Tom Hardy.
They're doing it with Tom.
I hope so.
Why would they have done it? Otherwise, they would have just had Venom like, I'm going to shit on your neck and eat up your bones, or whatever he says. Like,
that may have just been Sony kind of throwing Marvel a bone, being like, all right, you want Venom, do a post-credit scene. We'll have him show up for a little bit, and that's how you can get the Venom into your, But, I mean, believe me, I love Tom Hardy. Whatever you think about those movies, I think they were fine. But
I
Venom,
really like the first one.
It's tough.
He can't be a good guy. Like,
I don't mind him being a good guy. I just don't think he should be the focal point. Like,
correct.
If you have Spider-Man and Venom, like, by all means, yes. Like,
yeah,
that obviously that works.
Also, don't have Venom go. If they give Tom Holland the black suit, I quit. I'm done. All right, go through your notes. Is there anything we missed?
All right. Yep. Yep. That one. Okay. A couple things.
Okay.
One. No, we'll start this one. Okay. Again, I feel like I keep asking questions that there are no
I don't
answers
have the
for.
answers to.
This whole business about nobody knows Peter anymore. At first, I thought it was they just don't know he's Spider-Man. But no, they don't know Peter anymore.
Yeah, that's what I don't get. Yeah.
And that's
the whole
fine.
point of him asking for the spell was so they wouldn't know he was Spider-Man. Not that they would forget him. So
right.
Why all of a sudden at the end is it just like, nobody going to know you? And he's like, well, crap. Okay. I love you. Like you, Ned. Bye.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
But I'm willing to, that's fine. I'm okay with it. That's the way it is. That's the way it is. Nobody knows him anymore. However, I feel like there was kind of a big, like, paradox at the end when he's at May's grave. And Happy says, how did you know her? And he says, through Spider-Man. And then Happy says, yeah, me too.
Like, what?
Okay, so how does... So Happy knows May through Spider-Man. Happy would only know May through Spider-Man.
If he knows who Spider-Man is.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I guess nothing in the past changed. I guess just all of their memories of Peter were just kind of blipped.
But why not Spider-Man?
Nothing that happened changed.
Correct. They just don't know who that guy is, I guess.
I guess because it's all history and you can't change history. It's all been done.
It's all been done.
Happy knows May through Spider-Man, which is true. I mean, I guess that's it. Everything that's happened still happened. They have no memory of
Okay, so
Peter.
when Happy was at Avengers headquarters and he and Tony Stark gave Spider-Man the new suit, he doesn't remember that because that was Peter Parker, and he's like, here's the Iron
Exactly,
Spider
yeah.
suit. Like,
does he just not remember that happened? Does he remember, who was that? I gave a Spider-Man suit to somebody. Who
you know what?
was
He
that?
kind of looked like you.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of questions, but...
Like, obviously, in the next movie, like, he's going to, like, they already hinting at it with him saying, you know, expect the worst, whatever, that whole thing.
Yeah. And then the only other thing, I love Tom Holland. I think he's perfect. And I'm just like, I don't know. I just want to, like, come here. Just give him a hug. Like, at the end, like, May's gone.
He
doesn't know
alone.
anybody now.
He's alone, yeah.
And he's got this crappy little apartment. Like, he has nobody.
But what was weird was when he walked into that apartment, he kind of looked happy, like, not like happy. He looked happy. Like, he was like, okay, I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to be okay. I mean, also, he can go rob a bank and get $1 million.
Well, he could, but he wouldn't do that.
I know.
But, like, I don't know. I just, like, I feel bad for him. Like...
But also,
he has nobody now.
No, his Spider-Man left him.
He had Tony, and he's dead. He had May, she's dead. He had Happy, and what's his name, and MJ, and none of them know who he is anymore. Like, he has
Ned.
Nothing. Ned, yeah. So
also, No Way Home.
Yeah, we never really did.
It didn't make any sense. Like at the end of the day, it's just like you just had to say something with home.
Right. Like
there
there's
was
no
a way
way
home.
home for these villains.
No, there was.
Unless
there was. There's a box where you push a button and it takes them home.
Right,
Like whatever. Yeah, but I don't care about the name. It's still, to me, it's definitely top 3 or top 4 MCU.
Yeah. That was all my notes. We covered everything else.
I got to let it sink in. I got to let that sink in the house. And I don't even care about Daredevil. Like the fact that he was there, I was like,
no, I'm like, that's cool.
Oh, snap, cool.
I never
was
watched the show.
No.
I watched the first episode because everybody's like, it's so good. I watched it. I'm like, I'm sorry. I don't care about this guy.
I just don't care.
It's cool that he showed up.
Yeah.
I don't know that we need a Daredevil movie.
No.
Like, I don't know. There's a lot of, I don't remember much of it now, but there's a lot of good, just like comedic moments in this. Just little, like even when Ned was just like, "Hey Peter, yeah, huh, what,
no,
yeah,
what?
huh?
Yeah, what? Me,
no,
you,
no,
you, me?
Peter Parker, yeah, what, no, me, what, no, not Spider-Man, yeah, what, oh yeah, what, yeah. Like that was perfect. All this stuff with Toby and his biological web slinging, like that, they nailed that. It was so good.
Again, I just cannot believe that they did pull this off, and that we all knew that they were going to be in there, but we didn't actually know. Like the trailers gave nothing away. Go.
I have one other thing. What I thought they were going to do when Peter walked into the coffee shop, whatever, I'm like, because I didn't know how much time had passed, but it's like winter now. So I'm like, okay, time has passed. I'm like, oh my God, MJ and Ned are going to be dating. He's going to walk in and like kiss her. That's what I thought was going to happen. And he's like, whoa, can't say
when
that
I saw
now.
that she was like waving at him, I was like, oh God, don't do this. This is stupid. And then they didn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was Marvel. Sony would have had them just be like, blah, 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 blah,
yeah,
because they would screw it up. But with Marvel involved, they won't do that.
Yeah.
Fantastic movie. If you stuck around this long, obviously you've seen the movie.
10 out of 10.
It's a 10.
Yeah.
It's like, again, I've said it 100 times now. I cannot believe they did it, and they actually did it, and they pulled it off.
I kind of felt
sense
about it the way I felt playing Final Fantasy VII Remake, where I was just like, I can't believe yes, it was like, I can't believe they're actually doing this. Like, I could play this movie out in my head, and I'm like, not that I'm a Marvel writer, but like, this is kind of, this makes sense. You have all these big bad guys show up, all the Spider-Men get together, they're good friends, and they fight. Like, they just did exactly what you would expect it to be.
Yeah. The only other thing I was going to say, going back to the mid-credit scene with Venom, Tom Hardy, there was one point when they were getting ready, or when they were in the middle of the big battle, whatever, once the multiverse starts breaking. And again, I didn't watch Loki, so Rasan was like, oh, you should have watched Loki. I'm like, I don't know, there's purple stuff in the sky. Who cares? It's the multiverse. I get it. I don't need to watch Loki to see what these, there's purple. I was like, Venom's coming. Now, I didn't know who it was going to, I didn't know it was going to be Tom Hardy, but I was like, Venom's coming. Like, that's what's going to be, that's going to be it. Because we can't just go 3-on-3. You got to have, like, and then Goblin showed up to make it 4-on-3, whatever. But I for a second, I was like,
well, it was 5-on-3. There's 5 movies, 5 bad guys.
Yeah. But I thought Venom was coming through. He did not.
I think by that point, since he hadn't shown up, I was pretty sure he wasn't going to. I thought there was a chance of them doing it, but I'm like, they're not going to shoehorn Venom in right at the end.
Well, that's kind of what they did in Spider-Man 3. I mean, not at the end, but they shoehorned him into the movie. Because they're like, we're making a third Spider-Man movie. We got to throw Venom in there. Okay, Toby's going to dance. Cool, go.
Yeah.
I sound like Joe Jameson. Oh, J. Jonah Jameson was so freaking awesome. It's so
He's
good.
He's perfect. Yeah.
Like, no one else should ever 50 years from now, if they're making Spider-Man movies, no one should play J. Jonah Jameson. Period.
Right.
And his story. And also, damn it, I wish we would have got more of him as Commissioner Gordon. Yeah. Thanks, WB. Anything we didn't cover, Sean?
I don't think so. I'm sure I'll leave here and be like, oh, crap.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was trying to
We
take
covered
notes.
all my notes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
10 out of 10. My favorite Spider-Man movie ever.
Yeah.
They did it. Again, that's what I keep saying. They actually freaking did it. It's like Jeff Goldblum.
I was just thinking that.
You crazy sons of bitches, you did it. Spider-Man No Way Home. Thank y'all for watching. Full spoilers. Hopefully you didn't click on this, or if you did by accident, you clicked off, but whatever. Let us know what
Cast
you
a
think
spell
about the
to
movie.
make you forget about
just
everything you just saw.
Be like Ned and just go, huh? I go this way? I love Ned.
Yeah.
He's awesome. All right, that's it. Thank y'all. Until next time, Sean, take us out.
Thank you for playing.